Hello guys, and welcome back to the Africa and South Africa with Philippine. So in today's video we will be talking about if South Africa was ready to house a large number of immigrants. This is a very sensitive topic to talk about, but it's very important for us to actually discuss about it and understand the root cause of all the things that are actually happening in the country, right? Thank you for coming back and viewing the videos. So immediately South Africa got its democracy from apartheid, the apartheid government. They opened the borders for everyone to come and visit, which is good, which is nice, which is lovely. But was it ready for what it got? A large number of immigrants from all over the world came to South Africa. Some came to get greener pastures, and some came to invest in the new free South Africa, in the new inclusive South Africa. And the institution was also changed in order to cater for a large group of people who were previously excluded. So a lot of people from all over the world wanted to get a piece of this cake. And now the problem is that we probably got more people who are actually dependent on the government than investors. Me saying this is not excluding or including any particular race, but then I'm talking about everyone in general who wasn't really an investor, some sort of a liability in a way. I know whatever that I'm saying may be hurtful to other people, but then this is the truth. For example, a large population of Black South Africans and other people who were excluded by the apartheid government were poor, obviously, and need a lot of government upliftment in order to improve their lives. But instead of our government to focus on our people, on our people, basically to give the main focus on our people, they included a large group of other immigrants as well, be it white, yellow, blue, green, brown. They included all that, of which I feel they were not prepared for. Why do I say they were not prepared for? Because a lot of South Africans are still complaining about unemployment. I'm not sure if food security is still that much of an issue in South Africa, but obviously if there are no jobs, then I would say definitely food insecurity is also a problem in our country. Now, think about this. There aren't enough jobs, and a lot of factories closed and obviously others opened in a way. So there are not enough jobs. Obviously, people can't afford to buy food if there aren't enough jobs, right? And on the other hand, we have a large group of people moving in, meaning that there is now more competition for limited resources. So we all know that when a population grows or increases exponentially so, and resources are not increasing to meet up the demands, obviously there will be a lot of crimes. So just imagine now, I'm not saying that foreigners are the ones that are causing crimes. No, our people are involved as well. But I'm saying that there's a lot of crime because of the increased population and lack of increase in the supply. I mean, the demand has increased, but the supply itself is not increasing. We are not building as many factories as we're supposed to in order to create more jobs. There aren't like even our business models or something like that are not really that conducive for starters, for example. And now just imagine you are basically scrambling for the crumbs, and now the little crumbs that you have to share with everyone else now, be it white, be it black, be it yellow, be it blue, green, purple, whatsoever. For the fact that we are fighting for the crumbles, right? For the crumbs, then obviously there ought to be fights. There ought to be like killings and murders and whatnot. And obviously that doesn't exclude a certain group of people or anything like that. It includes everyone at the bottom who is fighting for those crimes. And this is a very sensitive topic to talk about, and a lot of people actually try to avoid it in a way because it's still fresh in a way, for the fact that my parents actually went through this, and some of my siblings were like have been through apartheid. They were there when that happened. It tells you how fresh these things are, and that it's still prevalent in our heart. Yo guys, it's still there, and we still have a lot of healing to do. So obviously there's this anger, and as well as fighting for resources, right? And on top of that, you're not just fighting for resources with your own people. Obviously it doesn't matter who it is, as long as you are fighting for something, there's obviously going to be chaos. There will be chaos if there aren't enough resources for everyone. Now South Africa is talking about, obviously it's not everyone in South Africa, but then certain political parties are talking about opening up borders, right? Which is a good initiative. Yes, we do want like united Africa in a way, but then are we ready for that? Are we ready for everyone to freely move around or anything like that? I don't think so. You know, there's this saying that charity begins at home, right? So we have to fix our own homes first before we can think of inviting other people. You know, you can't think of helping someone else if you yourself need help. You know, for example, if you are in a flight and if anything could happen, the first thing that they tell you is that you should assist yourself first so that you can be able to assist other people. How will you be able to assist other people if you yourself still need assistance? I think that if South Africa hasn't jumped into having like inviting everyone to freely move into the country before they fixed their situation, we wouldn't be having all these fights for resources or anything like that. Yes, obviously fights will always be there because people are constantly in competition with each other. But if they had fixed certain things and they have put a solid structure for their own people, a lot of the things that are happening in the country would have been avoided. For example, President Robert Mugabe once said that Zimbabwe is for Zimbabweans, when Zimbabwe was still stable and when Zimbabwe was still doing well, which was great, right? He just messed up when he started becoming greedy and started making things for himself and then destroyed everything. Well, that's just what I think. This is not researched or anything like that. It's just my opinion based on the little things that I've heard and the little documentaries that I've watched. I am ready to be corrected because we are not arguing or anything like that. For example, I remember watching a documentary about the president of Malawi. I think he's KBM, something like that. I think his name is Kamuzu Banda, right? When we were still in apartheid as well, he mentioned that he supports it. He thinks it's okay. He thinks it's good, right? Literally every leader or president of whatever country, it doesn't matter whether Africa or America or anywhere, they promoted their own people. They were for that. Their respective countries are for their people and should serve their people, which is the right way to go. You live in your household, you are unable to cater for yourself and your household members, but then you decide to bring in all these other people to come in, right? Won't there be fights for food? Won't there be fight for water? There will be fights for everything. If these things are not enough, obviously this world is survival of the fittest. I think the South African government made a very big mistake by just opening the borders quickly before they were even prepared for this. I feel like they should have prepared for all these things, then allowed people to come in and enjoy, right? When they have made sure that they have prepared everything for their own people and that people are more stable. You can't fix another person's problems if you don't even know how to fix your own problems. I feel like the South African government rushed into being the savior, maybe, I don't know, or there were so much in excitement that they wanted everyone to just come in and celebrate their democracy with them. I have no idea, but I feel like their approach in this went in the wrong way. But then, since these things cannot be reversed or anything like that, I feel like now that we see the conflicts and we see how prevalent this thing is, the government should act really fast, right? They should make sure that they empower their people, right? Give the best opportunities to their people. Obviously, that's where it's supposed to go, right? Then give the rest to like other people, like feed yourself first, then give other people as well. You can't just give out from the little that is there and expect everything to be merry. No. So obviously, this is just for us to have this sensitive topic that a lot of us South Africans are branded xenophobic for, saying that we don't think that South Africa was ready to house a large number of immigrants, be it from rich countries or poor countries. I feel like we should have prepared our country first, improved on like the job opportunities, improved on infrastructures, improved on certain things. Even if they allowed people to come in, I think it should have been strictly controlled compared to how freely it is for people to move in and out of South Africa without any documentation. By this, I'm not referring to just only to Africans. I'm referring to whoever comes into the country without any documentations. And lastly, before this video ends, I just want to say that yes, we know that some South Africans are xenophobic. Obviously, it's not just South Africans. I think some people don't even know the definition of xenophobia, honestly. They probably think it's another name for South Africa, which is crazy, because xenophobia means hatred for foreigners. And so if you yourself have some sort of hatred, there's a difference between you trying to have a discussion, and obviously with like the eagerness to know or learn something, and you just basically despising other countries, right? That's also xenophobia. When you talk bad about a certain group of people or certain nationalities, and you're showing hate to them, you are also being xenophobic. So it's very important for us to not shy away from this important conversation. And do we really think that, for example, if Malema would take over, he's saying that he wants to open the borders, do we think he is prepared? Do we think he has a plan in place in order to prevent further disputes between us and our neighboring countries and anyone else who moves into the country? Do we have that in place? Do we have a plan in place to prevent further fights? Do we have plans in place to prevent further crime and killings? Because I think that the first thing that South Africa, like the South African government, should do is to enforce whatever that's already available. We already have whoever that we have in, be it yellow, black, blue, white, whatever, right? We should just make sure that we maximize on what we have. Build more factories, build more schools, build more hospitals, because we have already accepted all of these people. I wouldn't say I have a solution for now as to what the government would do. Either way, would they even listen to me? Yeah. So yeah, they should just maximize on what they have, and our hope is that to get what's this? I can't say a corruption-free government, because corruption-free. Okay, that's a fantasy. But then at least a less corrupt government who uses whatever resources that they have to care for the people and to give the best that they can, so that the country can be in a better place or anything like that. So if you guys have any input or any ideas on what you think about this topic, or if you want to broaden it up or anything like that, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe so we can have more of these discussions and have a deeper discussion about this. Like I always say, my videos are not meant to disrespect anyone. It's just for us to have a platform where we can discuss about these things and find a way for us to build ourselves as people, basically, and especially as Africans, because we have a lot of development to do. We still have a lot going on. We are still growing, so we need to understand each other, not to judge each other, but make sure that we find ways to work with each other so we can grow. Thank you for watching the video once again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe once again. Thank you. Bye.